the Wall Productions bringing you the Aired Out podcast live on Facebook and YouTube, streamed everywhere you get your podcasts, and on the web at airedoutVT.com. Good morning, Raylene. How the hell are you?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah?
It was a little bit of a rough morning.
What happened?
Well, I broke my glasses.
What?
And when that happens, I can't see anything. So thankfully, I can see to drive because distance isn't a problem.
Oh
but I had to go to the pharmacy. I had to wait for the pharmacy to open so I could get myself some glasses so I could finish with my day.
Oh, nice.
Or my morning, at least. Yeah, it was a little bit chaotic today.
You gonna make it?
Well, now I am. Well, kind of. I can see, that's a plus. Yeah.
Pardon me. There's all of a sudden something screwy going on with the cameras this morning that I'm just noticing.
Well,
so, and of course everything was fine just seconds ago, but well, now it looks like it's working. I don't know. That was kind of weird, man. Can you see?
I can see.
Can
yes,
you see now?
I can see. I can see. I can hear. I can do all those great things.
How many fingers am I
Yeah.
holding up?
Yeah, you're holding up one.
Okay.
That's how I feel this morning, actually. Yeah, you were over there blabbing away to me, telling me this, that, and the other, and I was answering you.
You were.
But you had your stupid headphones on, and you have no idea what I said back to you.
What'd you say?
So when you talk, you should always at least take one ear out so that you can actually hear my responses.
We call it
And then I wouldn't
cracking
have
an
to
ear.
repeat myself an hour from now.
You almost sound like Sherilyn. My God. What are you saying?
I sense a pattern in the person that is the problem.
Oh. Tuning out? General tune out?
You're tuned out all right.
No, I was what I was saying to you is that Bill Donahue might be joining us this morning by telephone.
Yes, and I have gotten a message from Bill, and he unfortunately will not be at the track on Saturday. His car will not be at the track on Saturday. They noticed a problem yesterday, and they're having to pull the motor. So in order to be ready for Sunday, he needs to not be there on Saturday with his car.
So this is crunch time.
Yes, this is crunch time. So I'm assuming that he's going to tell us a little bit more about that, but he did message this morning and is feeling absolutely horrible about that because he really wanted to have that car out there for, the Look at the Cars Day, right? Is that what you call it? What do you call it?
The car show.
Yeah, the car show.
Yeah. So Bill's texting you things. He's texting me things, and they're different.
Well,
this morning he's texting me saying,
are you sure he sent that this morning?
He just sent it at 9:04. 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Gave me his phone number and said, call me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he wants to talk about this a little bit. At least say hello, since he's not going to see you on Saturday, and that's when we plan to be there, right? Or you plan to be there.
I'll be there
I'm going to
Saturday morning.
I'm going to be down at the Veterans Place Bottle Drive trailer.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to be running around. Bill, you there?
Hello.
Hey, man. What happened? You got what's going on with the motor?
There's just an issue with it. We had to pull it out and send it out, get it checked out. So we kind of put a damper in our plans a little bit.
Do you need some help turning wrenches? I might have some time.
Oh my God!
What?
No.
He wants it to run sometime this season.
What?
He doesn't want his whole season to be gone. Just one weekend.
Yeah, it'll be all. We'll be set next week.
All right, so I'm not going to see you on Saturday then.
No, I'll be there. There's just the car won't be.
All right.
My car will be there, the one Steven runs, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you see Steven, well, we'll send him a text too, but tell him that I'm going to be shoving a microphone in his face as well.
perfect.
All
He'll
right.
love it.
Buddy, your car looks incredible, man.
I'm glad you like it.
It just looks beautiful. Who did the graphics on that? They did such a nice job.
Jason Pelkey.
Those aren't graphics either. He paints those,
No, they're my
right?
graphics.
They are?
Yeah.
I was going to say, my goodness. I was shocked.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, the guy's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Listen, how do you feel, Bill, about getting behind the wheel out on Thunder Road? It's been a couple of years, pal.
I know. That's the whole point of me running over to White Mountain this year. Just kind of like knock the rust off a little bit, because my goal is to be able to qualify for the Mount Bowl this year. And then it'd be nice to have my brother Steven and I all in the Mount Bowl. That would be awesome.
What's Papa saying about all this?
He's excited. He thinks I got a long road ahead of me because I've been out of it for over 20 years. But
is that how long it's been? Over 20?
Yeah, 2002 is the last time I did a full season.
Now, the butterflies flapping the wings, are you getting a little nervous here, pal?
No, I'm not nervous at all. No.
Just excited.
Yeah, it's just going to take some seat time to get back into the rhythm of things, and it'll come to me. It's like riding a bike.
You and John and Steven all out. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, isn't it?
I think so.
We're going to be hearing the name Donahue an awful lot at Thunder Road this season. My God.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So
a lot of fun.
Well, listen, good luck with everything. I'm sure that we'll see the car soon enough. I know you're going to be out and about this summer. Raylene's going to be following you, and we'll make sure that
I'm going to take a picture of it and have it blown up and framed so you guys can put it up down there.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we would love that. Please do. And we want you to ink it up too. All right, pal?
You got it, buddy.
All right, man.
Have a great day, sweetie.
You go. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Sounds good.
We'll talk to you
All
soon.
right.
We'll talk to you soon, sweetie. Here he is, Bill Donahue.
Listen, I get to call him that because I've known him for forever. He's like family to me, and I just love him right to pieces.
Why can't I call him sweetie?
Well, because it just sounds a little weird coming from you, that's all.
Whatever.
It's a little frightening. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? You want to go over to the den?
The den's
You could start
hopping.
by line dancing tonight.
All right.
You want to line dance?
It's Thursday night.
I don't know if I could handle watching you line dance. Can you do it? Are you
would-
good at it?
I probably would just prefer to sit and watch, but I mean,
Can
I
you
would
do the boot, scoot, and boogie,
Oh, my
JD?
God. Jesus.
Line dancing tonight with the ever so famous
Neil
Emil.
Gosling.
And don't think you can't go. They have beginners, they have advanced, a huge space, and Emil is just fantastic. And I've heard everyone there that comes each week is fantastic too. They love newcomers. They love to show them how to, and help them along. And it's always a great crowd, great music. So line dancing tonight, DJ Bass 6 tomorrow, and the Chris Paluto Band on Saturday. Both the DJ and the band take the stage at 8 o'clock. Lots of dancing, lots of fun, and of course, the meals over there, the food over there is absolutely incredible. Their burgers, oh gosh.
Yeah.
So good. So good. So get over there. Check them out. They open at 5.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you.
And don't be shy.
No, don't be shy.
Over there. Get in there at 5.
Yeah.
Have a rum and coke to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
have
take
some
the
dinner.
Have some dinner, and then
Then dance it all off.
you said the beginner class was 6 o'clock.
Yes.
What time is the expert class? Because
7.
that's the one I want to go
7.
to. All right.
Oh, yeah. You'll do good there.
Listen, programming note here. Connected yesterday with Craig Premont over at Vermont Quick Lube. Of course, they have a huge thing coming up this Saturday. Do you know a lot about that? About what they're doing over there on Saturday with this barbecue?
I know that it is to benefit Thurman Wilder, who has been diagnosed with brain cancer, and we're just the community, of course, like always, has really rallied around this man and doing all that we can to support him. Many, many, many people know him. He's a really great guy. I know his wife. She's an amazing lady. Just a good family that needs our help right now.
I don't know if I've ever met Thurman. I looked at I saw the picture of him online, flipping off cancer, and he looks kind of familiar. But I could tell just by looking at him. I like the guy.
Yeah.
I like the guy.
Yeah.
This starts at 11 o'clock.
It does.
Craig is going to join up with us tomorrow morning at around towards the end of the show.
Awesome.
By telephone, he'll be with us. Of course, we're going to be talking about this barbecue on Saturday for Thurman, the big barbecue bash that's going to be held over at Vermont Quick Lube. But he also he also sent me a text last night saying, "Hey, anybody that comes in anytime to Vermont Quick Lube and says that they heard JD and Raylene talking about Vermont Quick Lube on Aired Out, we got some prizes to give away."
Awesome.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. Could be a koozie.
He's not telling.
Who knows?
It's going to be a surprise.
But if you are planning on going to Vermont Quick Lube for anything, really, it could be a tire swap out, it could be an oil change, it could be anything, because they're doing brake work over there, they're doing all kinds of stuff, light mechanical stuff. It's not just oil changes. Go in there for any reason and say, "Hey, they were saying on Aired Out that if we mention you, or if we mention Aired Out to you, we're going to get a prize." So I don't know what it is, but he won't tell me. He won't tell me.
Well,
but
maybe you'll find out on Saturday.
Yeah, maybe I'll go over there today.
Maybe he just wants to show you. Yeah.
Saturday's going to be crazy.
It is. It's going to be a very crazy weekend for sure. I'm almost already looking forward to Sunday. Sunday, though, is going to be kind of busy, too. I'm going to make the meal for the veterans place on Sunday. So I'll do that Sunday morning and get over to the guys Sunday afternoon. I try to get it to them as close to dinner time as I can so that they don't have to do anything except open it up and eat.
Yes.
So that's what I try to do on my days. But, yeah. Chris Massey says, beautiful day in Tempe, Arizona. He sent me the most amazing sunset picture last night that he took from the plane as he was getting into Arizona. It was amazing.
I've never been to Arizona, but that's where he is right now.
That's where he is right now for work.
Watching Aired Out.
Yeah, for work. He's there for work.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. Shout out to Optical Expressions. I love those guys. I got an email back and forth with Dr. Mark Liepert a little while ago talking about their expansive inventory that they've got right now. Amazing service. You go in there. If you need to get your glasses, these little screw things.
Mm-hmm. Instead of getting these big old honkers that I had to get at the drugstore this morning.
I like the big old honkers. But these little tiny screws in the corner, they get loose, and then your glasses start getting wonky.
Mm-hmm.
They
fix them right up.
They'll do it right there. They'll free.
Yeah.
They'll just make a couple of adjustments.
Make sure they fit your head again.
Right.
That they're nice and snug, not slipping down your nose. They clean them.
Exactly.
All that great stuff.
I have 2 sets of specs. This is one of them. The other one is for driving in the car. But Will Adams, what a great guy. You go over there, and he doesn't adjust them like I do. The way I adjust them is the way he adjusts them is he puts the lights on, and he gets down there, and he has his way, and he does it the right way using the right tools.
Right.
Don't do it my way.
No.
31st Annual Chamber Challenge Golf Tournament with the Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce is coming up really soon. May 10th. May 10th.
Yeah, not very far away.
It always sells out. It may be sold out right now. And I haven't heard from Kevin, but if you want to register
there
for this,
wasn't many spots left.
Yeah, it's tight.
Last week, yeah.
we are just shy of a week away. 31 years that this has been going on over at the Barrie Country Club. If you want to be part of it, you want to put a team together, you better get on it right now. CentralVT.com. CentralVT.com. And by the way, they've got a great summer ahead. Lost Nation Theater, the Veterans Place, Central Vermont Humane Society, they're doing all kinds of great stuff in our community. So if you're not a member, you should consider being one. CentralVT.com. Last night at the Milne Room, you turned your phone on, your camera on, and you went live. You streamed live for Meet the Candidates.
Yeah.
Good crowd.
It was a good crowd. It was a good crowd in the room, and it was a great crowd on the live stream. So for both, they did the city council candidates first. Then there was a brief intermission before the mayoral candidates. Yep. And so I liked that I was able to stop and separate the two because it was a couple of hours. So, you can watch each one individually and I think make some pretty informed decisions.
Yep.
I heard great things. I heard frightening things.
From people or from the
candidates themselves. And then, of course, just hearing, I've gotten a lot of feedback. That was another delay in my morning, is the number of messages that I've gotten since 9 o'clock last night. Just a lot of comments, a lot of concerns, and there's a long road. Yeah, comments and questions and just people that I think not that I think that obviously tune in. They know what we're following and yeah, they reach out a lot, and that is not unheard of at all. But literally a lot of messages this morning and a lot of concern, a lot of great concern. And the biggest thing, yes, Linda, it's definitely going to be interesting come election day. The biggest takeaway for me is that how much hurt the people of the city could actually be in financially, and who's going to help us with that going forward, and who's going to keep us in that pattern. And I have a big heart. I will give you the last $25 I have if you need it. Sometimes I do that to a fault where I will go broke so somebody else doesn't have to go without something. But we can't do that as a whole. We can't keep providing all of these free things and expecting the city to pick up the tab, the taxpayers to pick up the tab. And when you say out loud, I don't mind if the taxes go up and I'm paying a little more money, because I don't mind investing in my community, my city. That's all fine and well. That works for you, but it doesn't work for the majority here. The majority of people can't continue to invest with their wallet. They can invest with their time, their heart, their love for the city, by not being so vocal and angry all the time, maybe, but to continue to invest on a city level as well as a state level with new employment taxes and DMV taxes and property taxes and all of these things. It's just too much.
I was surprised that there wasn't more discussion about not just Barrie, but statewide, the issues that we're facing and affordability. I know there was some talk about housing. I wish that there was more talk about not just the snapshot of Barrie, but the state as a whole and how the people of Barrie.
Well, that'll be a different forum when we're talking about the governor running in and legislature running for November. That'll be a whole different forum.
The Vermonters everywhere. I don't care what class you're in. I don't care what tax bracket you're in. You're going to be feeling a pinch in the coming days and years ahead. Mm-hmm. Barrie specifically, I wish there was more last night that was spoken about how the community of Barrie specifically is going to be holding up through this statewide projection of how much everything is going up and is going to be going up. It's not just July 1st. It's before July 1st, and it's also after July 1st. And I wish there was a little bit more broader of a picture that was painted last night, and how our candidates who are representing this tiny little community are going to respond to the broader picture.
Well,
statewide.
Right. Well,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I just I'm not going to lie, I have real concerns too.
Yeah, it's
about some things
it is
that
frightening.
were said.
It is frightening. And like I'm saying, my biggest takeaway, I think, from it after I listened to it all and I watched again when I got home, and then all of the questions, comments, concerns that I've gotten messages from some people that are tuned in right now. As much as we talk about being diverse and equitable and kind to all, it blows my mind how much we're willing to make somebody feel like a piece of crap because they don't want their taxes to go up, because they're saying, I can't afford this. Them saying that they can't afford it doesn't mean that they don't support this city, that they don't love this city, that they wouldn't do anything for this city. It just means that they simply cannot afford to live here if this continues. We are pricing people out. And to make them feel like garbage because they can't just continue to give and give and give is shitty.
Yep.
Plain and simple. It doesn't mean that we love this city any less than they do. If their wallets are big enough to do all of these things, then by all means, start donating it all over the place then and help people out. But leave the rest of the people that can't do it alone.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that just they don't see it that way. They see that they're being more equitable and diverse and community minded than the rest of us. And that's shitty. And I worry that is, the road that we could be taking. And
Yep.
it's frightening to me. This is home.
It's frightening to many people, Raylene. To you and many, 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 many people.
Yeah.
We have some grave concerns here.
Yeah, we do.
in
And
our
Rosemary's right. And same for the school budgets. It's not that you don't love your kids, that you want them to get a good education, that you want these things for them. But at some point, you have to evaluate the cost and the effects that it's having on the families.
Yeah.
And we talk about their home lives being a struggle and how much stress that puts on kids. You don't think that they're going to be affected by this?
Right.
You're wrong. You're very wrong, because that means moms and dads are going to have to work more. There's going to be a lot more frustration and sadness and depression and
Right.
so many other things. And so you just really need to think about what you're doing. And I think, yeah, I mean, it's no secret how I feel about it. We have a very clear, driven team that is going to take us in a different direction.
Yeah.
And the direction that I feel, and I feel like many city residents feel we need. But we need those city residents to get out and vote. And they need to vote Lozon, Roos, Booten, and Deering, or we're screwed as far as I'm concerned.
Plain and simple.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
I agree.
It's the bottom line. They have a vision. It may not be the vision of all, but they have proven with experience that they can get things done without killing us.
Yeah. This morning I see this this headline that the former governor Howard Dean is, quote, deeply alarmed by a fiscal crisis in Vermont.
Well, we sure as hell are not going to fix it with him.
My immediate response was, Howie, where have you been, buddy? Where have you been? All of a sudden, you're coming out of the woodwork going, I think we might have a fiscal problem in Vermont. I didn't even know Howard Dean was alive a year ago, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah. Crazy. It's crazy.
Blood pressure's going up, Raylene.
Mine too.
Let's we're going to jump back into the news here, but first, happy birthday to David Beckham. Sherilyn's ex-boyfriend from high school is 49 years old today. Dwayne Johnson is 52. And do you like Dwayne Johnson as an actor?
I don't even know who it is.
Oh, righty then. I've never been a big fan of him. Lily loves him. Whatever. Paul George is 34. And then I think we have a couple of local birthdays. We have Kristen Williams, James Beattie. Let's see. Amber Buska. I'm just looking here. Alyssa Eads, Kara Rivor, Casey Morris, and I think that's it for local birthdays.
Well, and Chris Massey would like to say happy birthday to Brady Lewis.
Love it. Love it. I don't know Brady, but I think it's great that he and
Chiming in.
Yeah, it's chiming in. I love it. Multiple people arrested during pro-Palestinian protest at Dartmouth College. Shocker.
Again, disgusting. Yeah. At least they're not dicking around with it, right? They're saying we're going to take control. And hey, how about UCLA? They're really not dicking around.
Insane. Do you see they're taking the barricades down and everything?
Yeah, but the police aren't messing. I mean, they're using full force to stop this crap.
You know.
And that's exactly what it is crap.
You know, how do I say this? If Lily was going to UCLA, and she was one of these demonstrators living in an encampment. I know Chuck is listening this morning. I hope he backs me up here and supports me. I would do like what my father would do. Get in the van, drive down there, pull me out of my tent by my ear, and say, will you knock this shit off? Your mother and I are not spending this kind of money for you to go to college, for you to do this stupid shit. Grow up. Read a book. Do your homework. Get good grades. Knock this shit off. I don't know. That would be my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my mom would have kicked my ass too.
Well, that's it.
But I wouldn't have ever. I don't believe that I would have ever done something as ridiculous as this.
God, my parents would be ripshit pissed.
The disrespect.
You're not going to college to do that shit.
Yeah, the disrespect that people have now compared to when I was that age is insane, and it starts young. I mean, the kids 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I never would have called my mother dude. I wouldn't have had teeth. She would have knocked them clean out of my head. Not kidding. And
same.
I mean, many things. There's just things that you just didn't do.
Same here. If I was being pulled out of a tent encampment with zip ties tied around me,
I would have feared my parents more than I feared the police, truthfully.
Me too.
But then that's why it never would have happened, is because we had rules and we were brought up way differently to have respect and for ourselves and others. And
my mom,
it's crazy.
My mom and dad never laid a finger on me, never hit me once.
Well, you were lucky.
But here's the thing: for some reason, this must have started when I was very young for both my brother and I. For some reason, we were like conditioned since we were young kids to not have to be
right, to behave.
Yeah, we didn't have to be hit. It was just their voice. It was the look in their eye.
Yep.
Knock it off, young man. Do you want to go sit in the car? That was enough for me. These kids need to grow the fuck up.
Yes, they do.
And realize half of them don't even know what they're protesting.
No, I mean,
one.
they've shown that on video that people say, we don't know why we got this email that said to be here and to come and support. So we came on down and grabbed a sign and hoo-hoo, we're here. And have no clue what they're doing.
It's a waste of
And truthfully, they probably know nothing about even the war itself. They probably have no idea.
They don't even know what they're arguing.
Right, they have no idea.
Are they pro-Israel? Are they pro-Palestine? It's a waste of flashbangs. It's a waste of resources, a waste of first responders, of police, of helicopter gasoline.
Agree. How about
a waste of tear gas?
How about the North Carolina student that said he would have protected the American flag with his dead body from Marxist horde? They're going to have to tear me off this flag over my dead body. The University of North Carolina Chapel Hill student said they were there. They were there doing pro-Israel. They had like this event, and they were, taken over by these idiots. And it shows this guy literally like holding on to the flag and with several other students like fighting for their lives against these pro-Palestine people who were trying to destroy the American flag. Disgusting.
I mean, I think we've taken this whole free speech thing a little far. There's a difference between free speech, free expression, and having that privilege. It's a right, but it's also a great privilege that we have in America. But there's a fine line between that and breaking the fucking law, Raylene. I mean, when you start damaging shit, flipping cars, burning stuff,
Hurting people. Yeah.
swinging sticks and throwing rocks and shit, we're not proud of you. You're not representing America. I don't give a shit who you are. You're not representing America very well.
No.
You're embarrassing us. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, these pictures that I see all the time, I just can't even look at them.
Yeah, deep breath is right. That's all we can do is take a big, deep breath.
Really.
Yeah.
National Truffle Day today.
You know what else it is today?
What is that?
It's today is a special day, believe it or not. Today is National Life Insurance Day. So I think that's a day that we could all celebrate, actually, not just if you work there, because National Life does a lot for the communities in the state of Vermont.
Yep.
The Do Good Fest is not far away.
Yep.
When I think about National Life and what they gave during the floods.
Yes. Huge.
They gave people time off to donate. They donated time to, their employees could come, get paid to be down here.
Yep. I
working
remember that.
to help.
That was amazing.
And then they gave thousands and thousands of dollars to help communities that were suffering and that were deeply affected by the flood.
Yep.
So
Great
I
company.
I think it's a National Life Insurance Day. I think is a day that I could get on board and celebrate. I think they're owed a great deal of thanks when
Absolutely.
large companies like that aren't usually as involved in the community
intimately involved.
as they are.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a great day to have.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I want to give a shout out this morning to the Source Foreign Cars. They're one of our newer sponsors. They're so cool. Stopped over there the other day. Everyone knows where that building is, right there on Route 2. They specialize in Subaru. They've got a parts department that simply cannot and will probably never be matched by anyone ever.
New and used.
Yes.
New and used
OEM
parts.
and used parts, yes. And everything is cataloged. Mm-hmm. You go in there and you say, I need a modulator processor for 79, whatever. Boom! They got it.
And if they don't have it, they can source it for you. But they do have a very large inventory of both new and used parts. And they have a brand new logo.
Yes.
They want you to keep your eye open for that logo because that logo could get you some new merch that is coming soon. So you could be, as Gabe says, rocking a new T-shirt, hoodie, hat, or even something else. You never know. So there are great changes coming to their website as well. That's being kind of updated and rebuilt. And every week they have new inventory.
Locally owned and operated, just like Brad had for more than 30 years. Mm-hmm. Route 2, East Montpelier. Find them online and on Facebook, thesourceautosales.com. And they're coming in here at some point, right?
They are. Yes, we will be sitting down with Gabe and
Josiah.
Yeah. Yes.
Chuck's all worked up this morning, texted me at 5 o'clock this morning saying, have you heard the news about the United States moving to reclassify marijuana as a less dangerous drug? He is so worked up about this.
I have heard. I've been keeping quite close track of it, actually, and Dr. Rick Barnett will be coming in here very soon for the episode of It's No Secret, and we will be discussing that and many other things.
Tell me, tell everyone a little bit more about that when you're going to be chatting with Rick Barnett and what that's going to preface.
Okay, so right now I know it's going to be sometime the week of the 14th, and I invited him in to talk with me for a couple of different reasons. Rick is somebody that I have a ton of respect for. He has been in the psychiatric world.
Yep.
For a long time, and drug and alcohol counselor and mental health counselor. I mean, he has just really done it all, but he has really fought hard in the state of Vermont for psychedelics.
Yep.
Marijuana, the right to prescribe and use them for therapy. He is, how many times would you say he's gone before legislation? I mean, he's done it many times, and he's written amazing articles, and he has done amazing studies. He really is.
He's a pioneer.
And he doesn't go to the table with tiny bits of information. I want to smoke this because I love to get high and have fun. That's not his thing at all. He really sees the medicinal uses in these things. Right. He is a doctor. He's a doctor. And this is the big reason I'm having him on. He is a doctor, but he cannot prescribe in the state of Vermont. He has no right to prescribe. And there's a lot to be said about that, because of all doctors, he has studied mental health. That is his thing.
His specialty.
And he is not allowed to prescribe. Now, your primary care provider can.
Yeah.
The guy that sent you to the psychiatrist to begin with, or if he even recognized that you needed that for yourself, they can prescribe.
Right.
Knowing very little about what is making you tick in there.
Right.
But Dr. Barnett cannot.
Yeah.
And
something's very wrong.
Something is very wrong. And obviously I have an agenda here. My agenda is that soon, the one of the first hearings in the guy who is Ben Wader, who's I
was just going to say, drop his name, please.
Yeah, Ben Wader, who is going to court for the first time since his arraignment on the 21st of this month in the afternoon. He will be going to court, and one of the biggest things for me, one of the big takeaways, not only the fact that he murdered one of the most special young men ever that I've ever come in contact with,
Tyler Matthews.
Yes, but he did that by literally prescribing fentanyl, and he admits to it. He said, I gave him this much, and I told him only to use this much, and an
expert.
Okay. So my question is what would happen to Rick Barnett if he prescribed fentanyl at all?
Exactly.
Second, what would happen if he prescribed lethal dose? The answers are pretty simple.
Yep.
First of all, he would lose his license to practice ever again anywhere. That would be hands down. He would have to give up his livelihood.
No brainer. Yep.
A doctor that caused that to happen, the press would be insane.
Yep.
People would be outraged that he did such a thing. And you can bet your ass he'd be tried for something other than
Sure.
sold with death resulting. He didn't sell anything. He said he gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
He gave it to him.
How do you think? So
It's
this
disgusting. People will come down to the courthouse, hopefully, on the 21st,
What
stand
was
out there
What
with
was the
us.
slap on the wrist? What was it?
What do you mean?
He got a slap on the wrist.
Well, we don't know. Everybody gets a slap on the wrist at arraignment, first of all.
Okay.
Point blank, period. Everybody pleads not guilty.
Is he being held?
And no. But we know that happens too. But the majority of people, unless you're like super violent, over the top violent, even because there are violent people that are released as well.
Yeah.
You're not held. You plead not guilty, then the state has to prove their case, and the defendant has to prove his case. He's got to figure out how to prove that he's not guilty. And sometimes that can take a long time, up to 2 years, actually, or more. It's crazy how long. I mean,
or more.
We're just barely getting the 21st of this month, getting to the hearing. And so almost, well, it will be a year. It will be a year after Tyler's death, because Tyler died last year on Mother's Day. So a bunch of us are going to be down there with our justice for Tyler signs. And
what's the date on that?
We invite you. It's the 21st, May 21st, 1 o'clock. That time could change because the courts often mess with the calendar. So, keep your ears open, because I invite you.
That's a Tuesday, right?
I invite you to come down and be with us. Hold a sign and stand up against this shit happening. Not just up against the person that murdered Tyler, but everyone who is trafficking fentanyl. Everyone that continues to get away with killing our family.
Whatever. Do you know the latest on these 3 guys that were detained and held and were not given up their names just recently, right here in Barrie?
I do not, but I have not. Honestly, I've been so busy with so many things that I have not kept track of that at all.
Okay.
I'm sure that, I can look, and just so people know, if you ever want to know, you can go to the Vermont Offender Registry, locator is what it's called, on the Vermont Department of Corrections website.
Okay.
So you can type in the name of any offender, and it will tell you whether they're on community release, who their PO is, where they are, what their charges were, their restrictions. If they're in prison, it will tell you what prison they're in, who their counselor or team leader in the prison is.
Mm-hmm.
It will tell you all of that stuff. That is public information. Anybody can find out that information. So if you wanted to know where one of those men are, you could look them up. If by now they've released the names of them, but I'm not positive of that. But you know the names of the other ones that were the other 2.
How much discussion was brought up last night during this Meet the Candidates about the drug crisis that
they
we're
did
having?
talk about it. They talked about it a little bit, not a lot. But I'm happy that they didn't talk about it a lot, because I'm somebody who gets really pissed off when they do, because I feel like that is something that before you talk about it, you need to be talking to people like me, like my son, like Tyler's mom. You need to really know what you're talking about first off. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about services. Don't tell me there's services, because you're wrong. Your head is up your ass, because there isn't services. There is not services.
I heard some of that last night.
So Turning Point is coming back into the city. They're moving back in, and not that they left totally. Bob has been here. They've been around, but they weren't here in the capacity that they were prior to the flood. They're coming back into the city, but Central Vermont Substance Abuse closed. They were in Berlin. They were the main hub for this area, so everybody's been trying to pile into Montpelier with the center down there that was already overloaded, and so now they're overloaded even more and overwhelmed. And we need, the facts are facts, we need more. Working Fields was here. All they needed was a small space to work out of. Maybe they could have gone in where Barry Up is and had some free space there. They were people that were here in this community that were trying to help people that with addiction find jobs and become productive members of the society. They teach them how to fill out an application, write a resume, do those sorts of things. They fought hard to find a space to be in here. They jumped all over the city. We had them in here to talk, and literally they were willing to work out of a closet if they had to. They just needed some space. And they couldn't, they couldn't pay rent and do what they needed to do at the same time. It is literally an initiative for them, and to not only help people get into a job, but find jobs and talk and work with employers willing to change the lives and change the path of these people so that we stop having the revolving door. I'm sorry, if you go to rehab for 14 days and you come back out, first of all, you're not rehabilitated. You need services, you need meetings, you need programs, you need support in the town, in the city you're in, and you need to have something that you feel good about. That means you have to feel like you have a purpose.
Yeah.
And so get a job,
right? Do
something besides
where is working,
hustle.
Where is Working Fields?
Burlington.
Now?
And
what a shame.
The guy does come down here, but once a month. Yep. And he does have a couple of businesses around that are Bellavance. K Bellavance is one of them. There's a couple businesses that are on board. They work with him and they are trying. But man, that is something that we truly could have benefited from.
I'll tell you right now, when the CEO and founder of Working Fields, Mickey Wiles, when he came in here and sat down with me, that was an episode, that was an interview that I will never forget. I mean, that was one of the most profound experiences that I've ever had interviewing anyone. And I'll tell you, if you want to go back and watch it, all you have to do is in the search bar on Aired Out, just click in Working Fields, and you will see that podcast episode.
Yeah, and
unbelievable.
They were providing a huge service to this community, and we basically turned our nose up at them.
Yeah.
And we had bigger opportunity there, huge opportunity there. Yeah. And we turned up our nose, and it's sad. But no matter whether you're in 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, even if you're 6 months, when you return to the community, that you only knew one way. You knew certain people. You knew one way. You need to have services here. There needs to be something here that says, all right, you're home. We want to keep you on the path that you're on. And here's what we're going to do to help you. That's it.
Agree.
And so, I'm happy in a way that, in a great way, that they didn't talk about it, because maybe some of them understand. And I adore Michael Booten, And I think that he knows some about it, but I don't think he knows enough about it that he should be trying to figure it out on his own.
Right.
The good thing about Michael is he always asks questions.
Yes.
And he does
True.
try to understand the other side of it and what's going on. Michael Deering, he has experience himself. He has openly said, I was an addict.
Yep.
I got help. And there's a prime example of someone who rose above it all.
Yep.
He was in the trenches and he rose above it all. We could learn a lot from Michael
Of course
Deering.
we could. Of
And
course
you
we
know
could.
what? You could
but
learn
could learn more.
Right. And you could learn a lot more from people like me, a mom who has had to give Narcan to her kid or CPR because she found him dead in the bedroom. Or I mean,
Almost dead.
yeah. I mean, well, no, he was gone. And he was brought back. So, you know,
Well, there's folks that live this, and there's folks that don't live this.
right, and so include them. We had flood forums like crazy. We needed to have those forums where
Sure.
people could come and speak. We need to have forums for this too.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. We want to see what other people have to say too. I mean, come on, you've got an opportunity. Post your comments up right now. You know. We're going to what? 66 degrees today?
That sounds great to me. The sun is shining. It was supposed to rain today. That's what I heard. And look at it. The sun is out.
66, 67 degrees?
You know
Oh
what?
my God.
that-
It's 53 right now.
I like it. I like it.
Cloudy skies, maybe a rain shower. Yeah. 67 they're saying now. Tonight, 46. Cloudy skies. Shocker. Friday, tomorrow, partly cloudy in the morning. Mostly cloudy during the afternoon, 65 degrees. Was that Lily's softball game?
Raising your nads.
Oh, my God. Raylene, I was there. Andy was there. Wrapped up in a blanket. Fleece hat on.
Yeah.
Hands freezing cold.
Yeah.
There's Lily out there kicking ass, you know. And I'm like,
Happy as hell to be out on the field in her
Happy.
little T-shirt and
Yes.
tights or whatever the hell those things are that they wear.
and here's me, honey, we need to get a sweatshirt on you. And she's like, Dad, will you just get the hell out of here?
Right.
I'm
Stay
fine.
away
Just
from
leave
me.
me alone.
Yeah.
Thursday over at Jerry Sports Tavern.
Yes.
Connect 4.
Pool.
Or pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great drink, great snacks, food, whatever you want. Go over there. Get your friends, get your neighbors. Bring your neighbor that you don't even get along with.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll connect 4 and you'll connect.
Maybe.
Just
you,
an
You
idea.
never know.
Shout out to Preston's.
That was kind of corny. I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry. I thought of it just off the top of my head. Preston's Kia. Customers not only right here in Central Vermont, but also at Burlington, in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. Absolutely no surprise at all why they're a leader in the region. They've been doing it for a long time, since opening their doors. Customers, number one priority, period. Whether you're buying a new vehicle, whether buying a used vehicle, whether you're coming back after your new vehicle purchase and you're getting an oil change or a state inspection, whatever it is, they're going to take care of you. No charge for that stuff. That's crazy. I can't believe they're doing that. You go in there after you buy a new vehicle, they're going to give you a free oil change and a free state inspection. That's big money.
I know.
God.
They're a great team down there. Nicole, she's out on maternity leave right now, but she's going back pretty soon. She just had the cutest little baby girl.
Oh, really?
Oh,
PrestonsKia.com. Check them out on Facebook, too. Good people.
Yes.
Fecto Homes is hiring right now. They are having a very, very busy spring so far, dealing with, let's just say it like it is, a housing crisis. But they've got multiple single-family homes, duplex designs that are available right now at Fecto Homes. It's not just Beckley Hill Meadows. It's this new community development. There's several options and multiple floor plans, and they're going to hook you up. They're going to do you right. They're going to show you what they have. You want to buy some land and put something on it? Fecto Homes is the people to talk to.
Yes. And before we go, we have to say that there is lots going on this weekend. We have Blow Up to Glow Up. We have the it's Green Up Day. We have the Veterans Place Bottle Drive from 9 to 2. We still need volunteers for that. And please, if you have bottles and cans, bring them on down. Say hi to Candy and I, and hopefully a couple of other people that are going to come and help us. And then there's the everything going on at the track, of course. I've posted the schedule for all of those events, both Saturday and Sunday, so that is up. We have the Senior Center Gala. That is a benefit that benefits the Barrie Senior Center. I'll be there with a bunch of friends. I'm super excited about that. Looking forward to it. I think my grandmother would have busted my legs if I didn't buy tickets for that. I'm just saying. Because she loves it there.
Yes.
It has made such a huge difference in her life.
Yes, it has.
She enjoys her time. She moved back from Florida, was pretty sad about that and the cold and the gross.
I would have been too.
The senior center has definitely gotten her through, and she started out going just once a week, and now she goes a few times a week and really looks forward to it. So Donna Thunder and friends will be there, Ray and Sam Burke and others, and then there's going to be a performance by some of the seniors, and door prizes, silent auction, and complimentary hors d'oeuvres, and the ever so famous cash bar.
Yeah.
And they make some pretty kick-ass drinks over there at the Elks. I'm just saying.
Understatement. And again, Donna Thunder. It's going to be a great time. Green Up Day is Saturday. I can't believe Green Up Day is Saturday. The ground's going to be a little wet. Make sure you get your the appropriate footwear, and if you're bringing the kids with you, that they're gloved up. Look out for the ticks.
Yes, and please, and needles. Be really talk to your kids about helping. I love that they help, but please make sure that everyone has gloves on. Please make sure that you bring some sort of bottle with you to put needles in. If you are going to pick them up, please make sure that your kids know not to pick them up. Leave that for the adults. But please, and I cannot express this enough, do not allow your children, and never even yourself, do not pick up these tiny baggies with cute little pictures on them.
Yeah.
More than likely, well, we know that they could contain heroin or crack cocaine or cocaine. But we also know that they could contain fentanyl. And fentanyl kills. It kills, period. And for a child to get that on their hands and then put their hands in their mouth, be really careful of what they're picking up.
We can't emphasize that enough. I think that's super important.
It happened to us.
And yeah, it did. And frankly, we were out with the Scouts last year doing this, and the things we saw. Frankly, I can't believe that we have to say that
But we do. We really do.
We live in a world where we have to actually say that. I mean, wow. Here
We
in
were
Vermont,
downtown. We were downtown for the Heritage Festival, and it happened where there was one of those baggies, and a little
Yep.
child was going to pick it up, and I was like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
You cannot. You just have to. You have to be so careful.
But I just want to get back to the point. Make sure the kids have the right footwear on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can easily turn an ankle on the roadsides. Right footwear. The ground's going to be wet. Okay. You know, boots, whatever, and look out for the ticks because the ticks are so bad. I mean, Lily was out ripping her dirt bike. Came back with a tick.
Yeah.
How do you get a tick when you're on a dirt bike?
Doing 30 miles an hour.
Yeah. I just don't get it.
They did say that they're horrible this year. They
Really
were
bad.
they were actually talking about it on the news and doing some warnings yesterday about and even the two diseases that the tick-borne illnesses. And I didn't know that there were two. I thought there was only one, which was Lyme's, and that's
Yeah.
not so.
Right. Again, let's mention that you, Raylene, on Saturday, I know we've already said this, but I want to say it again because we're getting close. You're going to be at Domino's parking lot right here in Barrie for the bottle drive to benefit the Veterans Place from 9 to 2.
Yes.
So-
And I won't be there the whole time because I am going to skip up here at 11, do some footage of Blow Up to Glow Up. And then I'll go back down to Domino's. And then later on in the day, I will go to the Elks for the gala.
All right. Shout out to what's across the street. Small Business Administration's family-owned small business of the year. Right there. Nelson Ace Hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, Annette, Kelly, Andy, Clay, the rest of the team over there. We not only love them, we love the fact that they're a presenting sponsor, of course. Frankly, even if Bob Nelson told us tomorrow to pound sand, we'd still love them
Of course we would.
because they're just amazing. I mean, and they're right behind you. They're literally right next to your head, Raylene. Nelson Ace Hardware. William Ravies, too. We got to chat about them because Michelle hopefully is going to be coming in here, Michelle Hebert, real soon. Talk about being pre-approved. Talk about workforce housing a little bit as a solution. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff about William Ravies, BCK Real Estate, headquartered in not only the Granite City, but also Stratton, Stowe, and Woodstock, as well as New Hampshire and Maine. Great people. You want a brokerage that's really going to represent you well and, frankly, cover your ass? It's William Ravies. Plain and simple. Good people. Great people. And can't wait to have them
And
on
they
here.
have a couple of really cute new listings as well. Michelle has put up this week. We've
Yep.
shared one I saw this morning. She had another, so we'll be sharing that up as well. But houses are starting to come on the market, which is great because there's slim pickings out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be talking a lot next week, a lot more about the 16th annual Bikers for Beth. Stay tuned for that. Coming up on the 19th. There's going to be a heavy amount of promotion about that here on Aired Out. Always is. If you want to get tickets for the Harlem Wizards on May 20th at the Barrie Auditorium, you better get on it. Don't wait for this. Game time is 6:30, doors at 5:30. HarlemWizards.com. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram too, but get your tickets for this. Get the family outside for that. Also, speaking of the Barrie Auditorium and tickets, Donnybrook Fight Promotions, Battle in Barrie 13. Tickets are $50. They're selling fast. You got to get on DonnybrookFightPromotions.com to get them. That is going to be an amazing night. Saturday, May 25th at the Barrie Auditorium. Amateur and professional Muay Thai, MMA, kickboxing, and so much more. Rex is going to be back on with us soon, hopefully with Sophia, maybe Lucas from Granite City MMA, also one of our sponsors. Cannot wait for that. It's going to be a great month. We're already, what?
It is. There's a lot going on.
Day number 2 of it. right
A
now.
lot going on. And whatever you do, don't forget Mother's Day.
Whoa! Do you know every single, literally every year of my life? I think I've told you this before. Did I tell you about this?
More than likely.
My dad, he would call me like the week before Mother's Day. It didn't matter if I was in high school, college. It didn't matter. Would always call me week before Mother's Day. I know that you forget about a lot of stuff. I understand you're busy. But if you forget about Mother's Day, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to whip you across that. He would just, Dad never hit me, but he would threaten me. Oh, God. Don't you forget about, I don't care if you forget about me for Father's Day. I don't care if you forget about me for my birthday, but don't you dare forget about your mother for Mother's Day. I'll kill you. It's true. Thanks, Raylene.
Have a great day.
Have a fabulous day, everyone. Take good care. And we'll catch you tomorrow morning. Craig Premont's going to be sneaking on with us tomorrow morning. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stay well. Enjoy the sunshine. 67 today. Get outside. Over and out for now. Catch you then.